just hit 55,000 followers on Instagram, and these are the 5 most important habits that got me there. Firstly, testing different formats of content. Now, everyone nowadays hammers on about Reels, which granted are a great way to build your audience. However, they aren't the only way. My best performing pieces of content are all images, a mix of single images like this one on the screen and carousels like this one. I've had multiple image posts gave me over 1,000 new followers each, whilst my best reels don't even get close to that. So by testing different formats, we figured out what worked and what didn't so that we could double down on it and grow faster. I still post reels despite the lower performance due to the fact that they build trust. If I only posted image content without me speaking, without people seeing my face, there'd be a lot less trust. On the flip side, however, the majority of the clients we work with, both through my agency and consulting, get the best results from posting Reels content. So there's no real one size fits all. Make sure you test different formats of content and figure out what works best for you based on your skills, your industry, and so on. This includes testing single images versus carousels versus reels, but can also include different formats of each. For example, you can test talking head reels, short reels with details in the caption, stock footage with trending audios, and so on. For single images, you could test doing infographics, you could test doing photos of yourself, you could test reposting tweets. There's a few different ways you can go about each category. I'd be split testing all of it to figure out what best fits you. The second thing that helped me was posting every single day. Now this one has actually dropped off the past month as we've been making a few changes, but it was absolutely crucial to our growth early on. Firstly, more content gives you more opportunities to grow. You have more Instagram posts getting recommended, you have more content people can share, you get more time in front of your audience for improving the relationship, and so on. Secondly, you get better at creating content through doing it over and over. You make a post, you see how it performs, and then you slightly improve it based on that data next time, both the editing, but also the topic selection, the writing of it, and so on. If you do that every day for 3 months, and then look back at the difference, it'll be worlds apart, and your content will be so much better through just sticking to a consistent schedule. If you can't crank out great stuff daily, that's okay. Maybe do it 3 or 4 times a week and commit to doing that every second day. However, the more often you do it, the better you're going to get and the better the results. On top of that, the more that you post, the better Instagram starts to understand who does and does not like your content because they have more data to work with. This allows them to make better predictions of who likes your content, which leads to your content performing better and growing faster. Now, the third habit that really helped things grow, especially at the start, was spending time every single day engaging in the community with other pages who had the audience that I wanted to attract. This is something I do a lot less of nowadays because it's not as important once you've built an audience. However, I still do a little bit of it, and it was the key strategy that built momentum on the page. When I had 100 followers, my posts were not getting pushed in the algorithm at all, which is very normal. And this meant to grow, my main method was finding pages in my niche who had my audience already and then commenting on their posts basically as soon as they upload them. I would always leave something thoughtful, relevant, or interesting. So if it was a post about how to grow with hashtags, I'd leave an opinion on how I used hashtags to grow my audience. If it was a post about growing on YouTube, I'd leave my opinion on something that had worked for me. This way, their followers, who were the people that I wanted to reach, could see my comment with something interesting, potentially get some value out of it, and then they're more likely to check out my page and follow me. If you do this 20, 30, 40 times a day, it's not going to be uncommon for you to gain an extra 10, 15, 20 followers each day from doing it. And the reason that this works so well is because it doesn't rely on the algorithm. You don't have to just hope that Instagram recommend you that day. This was the one surefire way that gained me about 20 followers per day using this strategy. And so after 5 months, I got about 3,000 total followers without a single post being pushed by the algorithm. Just purely posting interesting stuff and engaging with the right pages got me to about 3,000 followers. Then, because of that community I had built and the engagement coming from it, some of my posts started getting pushed by Instagram because they had more data on me. In the very next month, I doubled my audience and gained 3,000 new followers. And the month after that, I gained 6,000. And the month after that, I gained 9,000. But all of this was built from the quality audience that it came from engaging with other people. If you're short on time and need some help doing this, then I'll leave some links in the description where you can work with us to help you on that. Now, the fourth habit, that is one you've probably heard a million times, so I'm going to give it a different name, and that is going to be sticking to it. Following on from the previous point is literally just sticking to a plan. I wanted to say consistency, but you've heard that a million times, so I'll switch it up. First 5 months on Instagram, like I said, I gained 3,000 followers in total. And this is whilst posting every single day, engaging in the community, and spending a lot of time on the platform, probably an hour to 2 hours every day. And still, I didn't see massive results. There was no momentum, nothing was taking off. Nothing was really getting more than 100 likes. There was no crazy results. However, because of that foundation and the work that I put in, over the next 4 months, I gained 21,000 new followers. So my rate of growth increased by about 700%, and that helped build the business as well. With Instagram, any social media platform, even life in general, there's often a lag between the actions that you put in and the results that you will get out. You could follow the perfect workout plan and diet plan for 1 week and not look any different, but if you stuck to it for 3 months, 6 months, you'd see massive change. And the same is the case on Instagram. You could follow the perfect strategy for a week after having an average strategy for months and see no real difference. But if you just stick with it and do it every day for a month, 2 months, etc., you will start to see massive results. If you need help sticking with it, I put together a free course and community that'll sort of walk you through step by step what you should be doing. So I'll link that down below if you want to jump in. And then finally, the fifth habit that helped me gain over 55,000 followers on Instagram is collaborations. So this is essentially finding other people with the same audience and creating content together so that we both gain followers and share value with each other's audiences. Now, you can do this with creators in the exact same niche as you. However, if you run a business like myself, I would suggest finding people in a different niche to you, but have the same audience. So for example, a mortgage advisor, a real estate agent, and property lawyer, all three will have the same audience of home buyers. However, they have different expertise to bring to the table, and so the content is more valuable. If two real estate agents collaborate together, they're probably going to have similar points and their audience may well already know. But if a mortgage advisor brings on a property lawyer, then all of a sudden there's going to be a ton of new insights that audience has never heard, and so it's beneficial to both people. Plus, if someone is already getting good mortgage advice, then they are less likely to follow a second mortgage advisor, but they might follow a real estate agent or a lawyer who is giving out great advice on slightly different topics. The same is true in my niche. I did great collaborations with sales experts, people that build e-commerce brands, and they have a similar audience but bring fresh expertise to the table. Collaborating with people in the same niche is great too, but just an idea that I have used that I've not seen many people talk about that I think will help is definitely going after people with the same audience but a different topic that they talk about. That's it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know down in the comments what the biggest takeaway was from you, and I will see you in the next video.